I can only say thank you with all my heart to all who made this possible for me. Thank you.
I think it's a tribute to what she has given to this world and to the theater and to the movie. And I think we're delighted to be able to follow through with what she started a long time ago, and also at the same time to carry the name of Monaco. The arts today is kind of a little bit of the lost child, and it's so nice to be able to see that we have, first of all, our son, Prince Albert, who is so much dedicated to the foundation and the support of so many people. So looking forward for a great evening tonight.
Yeah. When I shared the first gala, which was in Washington, D.C., almost 25 years ago.
Wow.
And we had a great time. And I said we're rich in spirit, but we're poor, so we have to raise a lot of money.
Tonight, we're gathered to honor a woman who touched our lives deeply and to inaugurate the foundation to support in her name the arts she loves so much.
Most of you share in Grace's great passion for theatre and dance, and your presence here this evening demonstrates to me and to the world that her commitment to the arts will be continued.
And on behalf of all of the board, I want to welcome you to our Princess Grace Foundation inaugural event.
You know, there's nothing like when you're a young, up-and-coming artist to have the acknowledgement of what you are yet to become. And that's really what the Princess Grace Foundation is about. This year's group is amazing. I'm particularly happy because we have such a great turnout of young to older artists. The common denominator is extraordinary ability and masterful sense of craft, which is what we're all about, excellence. And I'm also delighted because we have our first female choreography recipient, Camille Brown, and it's always wonderful to be able to support the arts equally. This is so diverse, and we have many organizations represented for the very first time, like Maryland Youth Ballet. So these kinds of things are encouraging to our up-and-coming talent across the United States.
When I received the award in 1994, it was like an extra boost of confidence that someone was believing in me and seeing my talent, and it made me realize that I could make my dreams come true, and it kind of pushed me, and I, set my mark to become a principal dancer for the New York City Ballet, and I did it.
Corbett, would you like to say Grace?
Sure. Grace?
Yes, Grace.
Since when does anyone in this house say Grace? I thought you were an atheist.
Grace is okay.
For me, they represent like a real shot in the arm to emerging artists in New York, filmmakers and theater artists, playwrights, directors. It's so hard to sustain any kind of artistic life here because the economy is so tough, and when something like this comes along where you get a little bit of money, it buys you time not only to pay your rent, but it buys you time to think, and to actually
be creative
and read and take time and walk around and look at stuff. That's one of the most valuable parts of my process. So it's sort of an amazing award, an amazing organization.
The Princess Grace Foundation has awarded more than $4 million in grants and provided national and international recognition to artists representing institutions nationwide. I also want to offer our special thanks to our sponsors. Without their support, it would be impossible to put together such a magnificent evening as we have here. And so it is with great pride and gratitude that I would like to thank Dimodolo, Panache Magazine, Waterford Crystal, American Airlines, Mr. and Mrs. Dick Wolf, and Mrs. Edmund Safra. And now I have the honor to introduce the man who has given so much of his time and his talent to the Princess Grace Foundation USA. He's one of the busiest men in the business, and yet he's always there when we need him.
Most cutbacks, federal and local, when they say we got to cut back a school budget, first thing hit is the arts. Always. And I think the arts is as important to the child as athletics, and maybe as important as an education. We need the instrument for outlet. The arts are people don't even realize the importance of the arts in their lives. theater and film and dance. And I'm so happy that Princess Grace started this and that her son continues it. This is a great charity.
My mother's commitment to the arts was one of the great passions of her life, and she approached it with dedication and joy. Of course, her love of family and country was uppermost in her mind at all times. She never wavered in her belief that the world needed dance, theater, and film, not merely as entertainment, but as a means to enlighten as well as define our culture. An award-winning actress, she wanted to use her celebrity only to give back and help those who were in need of encouragement and help at the start of their careers. She knew that talent often takes time to be appreciated, and she wanted to make sure that needed resources were there for those who deserve them. I know how much this night would have meant to her and how proud she would be to present this particular honor to a visionary in the world of dance. We are delighted to announce this year's award has been created by Di Modolo, and we thank them for creating this beautiful representation of this honor. In the name of my beloved father, I'm honored to present the 2006 Prince Rainier III Award to Miss Twyla Tharp.
It's an opportunity to begin to have some kind of foundation in terms of public reception. Obviously, it's not given to anyone who's a slouch. It's an endorsement of talent and hard work and a future.
I had a scholarship. I know what it means to be able to just do your work and have great training and great opportunity. This is a wonderful thing. I was not aware of this award for a long time. I was not aware. Suddenly when I was told, I went, hey, this is great. 6 dancers I'm giving an award to tonight.
Well, when I received the phone call that I got the award, I was very surprised, and it just confirmed to me that after working hard, it all pays off in the end, so I just hope to keep doing so.
It's really helping me to see that I still have lots of places to grow artistically and technically, and I'm excited to see where it takes me.
You know, it's such a confidence booster, you know, like, I don't know, I hope my career only goes up from here.
This year, the Princess Grace Award, the Princess Grace Foundation is paying my full tuition for my ballet school. Right. So that's saving me quite a bit of money, which is a very good thing.
It's coming at a really nice time. I'm about to graduate from Juilliard, and it's given me a nice boost of confidence as I start my career. And it's opening up a lot of doors. It's making me meet a lot of new people, and helping my career take off.
I think it's just a wonderful award. It really encourages me as a black woman to just keep going and just to be acknowledged for choreography and the work that I do. It really, I feel, helps me to open the door and really continue to broaden and make my work open and large and just continue to work and grow.
It's great to get this new level of exposure, and the Princess Grace Foundation is just enabling me to really make this my full-time job, choreographing. So it's a wonderful opportunity to step up to the next level and, get some, recognition for it.
They are so supportive of emerging, remarkable young talent, and we like to support the Princess Grace Foundation. In fact, we have had a couple of winners in the past from the Princess Grace Foundation, and the fact that they're so supportive of young talent and talent that is not only global, but whose stories really represent the power of diverse storytelling, we think is a very special gift of the foundation. So we're very pleased to be here tonight and very honored to be invited.
In a world where war is in the rule,
it's wonderful to see events like this, where obviously royalty comes and salutes, artists and artistry, and I think that's a wonderful thing. It's also promoting young artists, which is very encouraging. So it's a wonderful thing. And myself, I'm honored. I mean, I met Serene Highness Prince Albert a couple of years ago at a television festival called the Golden Nymph Awards in Monaco, and I was honored at that point to have met him. So it's really a delight to come back. My friend Elizabeth Rome is here, and we've been asked to attend, and I'm actually going to present one of the awards for film tonight, so it's great.
It's really an amazing thing. What I do, I cannot do without funding like this, and it's just an honor to be a part of an organization that's dedicated to funding emerging artists.
I'm thinking Raging Bull, and we can work on your gender issues.
What are you, some kind of movie prescribing therapist?
I'm just personally overwhelmed, and I think it's a wonderful thing. It's very important to support the arts, and it has a big effect in my life.
Al and I have stories of his drinking that I thought was normal because it was...
It's extremely important because I make films solely on my own, and to do that you must have a lot of equipment and a lot of resources to do it all by yourself like that, and to have an award that pays for all that is just unbelievable.
It is getting a lot of equipment to just be able to produce everything on my own, because now I can afford to get a camera and everything, and I don't have to rely on the school or to try to borrow from friends and stuff. I have all the resources now for myself, and that's very exciting.
Hôm nay bây giờ hoàn tất rồi, giờ lên Sài Gòn để mà đi. Má cũng sợ quá.
Especially important to me because I kind of do work that kind of hangs out on the peripheral of the mainstream, and it's in some ways really validates the type of work that I'm interested in, the work that kind of challenges our assumptions as viewers and assumptions of spectatorship, whether formally, aesthetically, or narratively in terms of film.
So I had to come up with a way to make this modern Flash look like a vintage Flash, because, right?
Extremely important. It's validating. It's the financial support enables me to make films that are on a larger scale than I was able to before, and more than that, it just feels really good to be to receive this award for the University of Texas and to be honored in this way.
You have a broom, right? You're a witch, and well, just assuming that you do, how long do you think it could hold up a bowling ball?
I think the best part about the Princess Grace Award is that it's focused on you pursuing your art. It's not about school. It's not about any of that. So they give you money as a filmmaker, at least, to make a film, and that's, as a filmmaker, you can't ask for anything more than that.
Can you hear the freshness? I know I can.
See, you must understand, I be chilling with the prince. To dream the impossible dream. They say that breaking up is hard to do. Get ready, 'cause here I come. On my way. Get ready, 'cause here I come. For you, there is a place in the night where I know it will always be right. Somewhere that I can just be.
I think the Princess Grace Awards are wonderful because there's so much young talent out there that needs support. And I feel that the arts are really what is holding this world together in a beautiful way. And, as there's more and more tension in the world, I think it's more and more important for us to turn to the arts to find our humanity. And that's why I am so appreciative of music and film and theater, and and I know Alexa is too.
So I kind of forged my own way, and so, which is a great thing. But it's also, for these young people to have this kind of opportunity is a great thing too. So everybody kind of has a different way of hopefully, knock wood, getting there.
There's a lot of schooling I wouldn't have gotten if I hadn't been the recipient of an award or a loan or compensation or what have you, or stipend even. I've been pretty lucky that way.
You see this? I found it right after Father died.
She told me all about it.
It's an incredible honor. What it means to me is that after years of being a struggling artist, it means that someone is taking my work seriously and giving me a stamp of approval that means a whole lot to me. And it means a lot to the theater as well to be recognized in this national forum.
Do you believe that a man like Reverend Kim, with his money and his power and
I think it can be a pretty lonely road, especially for a young artist, a young actor. Just finding my legs and opportunities like this for encouragement are few and far between. So this is just a wonderful thing. I mean, the fact that a place like this exists is just an inspiration.
For me personally, it's obviously a validation that my work is of interest to someone, and also for my company, because we're a very young company. We're not very established. And so it's a validation for not just myself, but that the work that the entire company is doing is of value to someone.
2,490, 28, 76, 123.
Whenever I mention that I won this award to people, they're so impressed, which is great, and feels very good. I'm glad it's on my resume, and I feel like I'm joining an elite crowd of young artists.
It's just a huge honor. You know, when I look at all of the effort and labor that's going into this to honor us individual artists, it's really amazing.
The main thing that it seems to confer a certain amount of legitimacy on the writing. And it's like you're doing it for a while and sort of trying to get your work out there and known, and then all of a sudden you get the Princess Grace Award, and people that weren't returning your phone calls about plays are now calling you. So the legitimacy that it offers you, along with the connections that it helps you make, is invaluable so far. And that was just a couple months ago, so I can't wait to see what keeps coming from it.
But to give to you.
I would like to be remembered as trying to do my job well, being understanding and kind. I'd like to be remembered as a decent human being.